order to understand where the future is going, you have to look to the past. Today we look at 4 different lights from 4 different eras of cinema lighting. Consider this a practical history lesson. My name is Barry Chong, and this is Cine in the Six. Hey, what's up guys? If you're watching this video, you might be wondering, why did I decide to choose these particular 4 lights to compare? Besides all being hard lights and a few overlapping characteristics, there are more obvious and immediate differences than there are similarities. The 4 lights that I chose, the Arri 650 Fresnel, the K5600 Joker 200, the Aputure COB120D, and the Digital Sputnik DS1 all utilize very different lighting technologies. In many ways though, I think that these 4 lights stand as a snapshot for the history, advancement, and evolution of cinema lighting tech. Everyone's interested in the latest and greatest, whatever the newest and shiniest toy is. In this case, the COB120D and the DS1. But to look at these tools alongside ones such as the 650 and the Joker 200, ones that have been used in countless productions and familiar to a lot of people, I think in my opinion, gives this test some needed context. Let's go take a look. First off, some nitty-gritty physical details and comparisons. The Arri 650 is a fixed Fresnel lens, the Joker 200 has the option of a drop-in Fresnel lens, while the COB120D has a removable Bowens S-mount Fresnel accessory. The Joker Fresnel is the smallest, measuring in at 4 inches. The 650 is slightly larger at 4¼ while the 120D attachment has the largest at 4½. In addition, the Joker 200 has 3 additional lens options: extra wide, wide, and medium. The 120D ships with a stock photostrobe type reflector. It will accept any third-party Bowens S-mount photo accessories such as snoots, beauty dishes, softboxes, or speed rings. The DS1 is the only light here that has no Fresnel option, and unlike the other 3 lights, which are all single source, the DS1 has multiple point sources. It does include a holographically etched lens, which has a 76° and 34° beam spread option depending on which side is facing outwards. Color-wise, the 650 is a tungsten-only option utilizing the traditional quartz halogen bulb. The Joker 200 uses a single-ended HMI lamp. Both the 120D and DS1 are LED based. The COB120D is a daylight-only LED, though there is a 120T model available if you need a tungsten option. The DS1 is a full RGB light that can dial in any color temperature between 1500 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin. In addition, it has a full plus and minus green compensation and the full gamut of color on the 360° color wheel. The shortest fixture in a working configuration is the 650 coming in at 8 inches. The longest fixture is the 120D at just under 14 inches with the Fresnel attachment, or 13 3/8 with the stock reflector. If you remove the power supply unit from the DS1, it would be the shortest at about 5 inches for the light module alone. Otherwise, it measures about a foot total. The Joker 200 comes in at 8 3/4 with the beamer attached. Physically speaking, the 650 is the widest fixture at 8 3/8 at its widest point. The DS1 is the narrowest, coming in at 4 5/8 once you remove the lens clips. The Joker 200 measures 5 3/4 at its widest point. And lastly, the 120D at 7 inches for both the Fresnel attachment and stock reflector. The heaviest fixture of the group is the DS1 at about 3,200 grams with the light module and PSU combined. The Joker 200 weighs 2065 grams, including the beamer, Fresnel lens, and the head cable lead. Keep in mind there is the additional weight of the ballast that you'll need to operate this lamp. The 120D is the lightest fixture at about 1935 grams with the Fresnel attachment, or about 1580 grams with the stock reflector. Similar to the Joker, you need to have a separate control box to operate this lamp. And finally, the 650 comes in at just under 3100 grams with the power cable and switch. Next, let's look at beam spread and output of these 4 lights. To me, understanding and seeing the beam spread of a light alongside the photometric output is far more valuable than just the photometrics on their own. In the following tests, you will see a 9-foot gray paper seamless being illuminated, so this should give you a rough idea of each light's beam angle. Every light was placed at exactly 6 feet in front of the backdrop, and I took measurements with a Sekonic light meter based on 2000 ISO, 24 frames a second, and a 180-degree shutter. In addition, I measured the light in foot candles which is independent of a camera's sensitivity, frame rate, or shutter angle. First up, the industry veteran 650 Fresnel. Next, we have the HMI workhorse Joker 200. Next up, a light that has shaken things up, the Aputure 120D. Lastly, the newest kit on the block, the Digital Sputnik DS1. I had every intention of including a color test component to this video. After all, color is a vital aspect of testing any light, especially in today's digital and modern world. In fact, I went ahead and started testing the lights, but after initial review and some further thought, I realized that the tests weren't to the level of detail and rigor that I would hope them to be. In order to do so would have required a fair amount more time commitment and further consideration, and thus would have delayed the release of this video. Therefore, I felt it was more appropriate to release the video as is and reserve the color testing aspect to a future video. Stay tuned. Well, that's gonna do it for me, guys. This video was a huge undertaking to make, but I enjoyed every single minute of it. I ended up using all kinds of different lights to light this video with, and I have to say, it's a super exciting time to be lighting anything. Whether you're a filmmaker, a gaffer, or a DP, there are now so many great tools available to us. But whether you have access to the oldest light or the newest one, it's important to just go out there and make stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Instagram @barrychong.com. More videos coming soon. Catch you in the next one.